to Jennifer to the Rescue. I'm Jennifer Johnson, and we're just so glad to be here today. And Logan Street Signs and Banners, thank you for your sponsorship. We're here at the Wofford Theater, and I am here with my wonderful guests, Carol Coots and Christian Tombers, and we were talking about Success Beyond School. And tell us again how it kind of came to be. Success Beyond School. You know, one thing I was going to say, what is the mission? Do you have it in your head? I have it written down, but do you know, what is the mission of Success Beyond School? I mean, really, what is your bottom line? What are you trying to do?
We're providing life skills to kids age 12 to young adults age 25. We're trying to help kids, young adults, be more successful in life. So instead of struggling day to day or month to month,
right,
if you just knew certain skills, it would help you to have a more productive life. And that's what we're wanting to share.
Okay, so you were in a mastermind group together, which we were talking about that a little bit before the break, but the mastermind, just visit this one more time. If you're not an independent business person, if you're not, as Christian is, we all are, if you're not, a mastermind is literally a group of people that do what?
What it basically is you usually have people who have small, medium, sometimes even large business people can come.
Okay.
And it's where you're sharing both ideas, concerns, questions, like where would I find certain information? I'm stuck. Or I'm trying to meet a certain person and I don't know how to go about that. So you're sharing that information to help each other to grow in their own business.
Okay, so you were both in a mastermind together.
Yes.
You were in a mastermind together. Obviously, you were in the one together. Okay. And so you mentioned earlier you went into...
I went to a different group.
Oh, you went to a different... Oh, okay.
Just a different group meeting. And the lady from Congressman Carson's office was there. And she mentioned how Congressman Carson has been trying to get this bill through Congress for years. He keeps introducing it. And it's about setting aside grants so both individuals or businesses can go in and take some time to go into the schools to help teach some of the life skills where the schools are not teaching anymore.
See, if you hadn't shared that with me, I would have never known that there were certain things that they're not teaching in school anymore. I'm not that old, but I guess I'm old enough to be removed enough. I didn't realize that some of the some of the skills, some of the classes are no longer part of their curriculum in most of the schools.
You know, even home ec, or they can call it lifestyle classes anymore, most of those have gone away. I mean, in those classes you learn just basically how to open a bank account, how to balance a checkbook. You know, it's basic skills that you need in all areas of life.
Right.
And when they start taking more and more and more away and focus more on just how to pass the I-STEP test,
right,
that's where a problem has really come in. And, you know, we're not bashing teachers in any way because they're doing everything they can, but they're so limited in their time and the size of the classes they have, they just cannot teach everything that needs to be taught.
Right. So you then, did I hear you say you went to Carson's office? Yes. I can't speak.
Yes,
to pursue it further. Yes. You wanted to find out more.
Because I knew that he had put on an event with kids over the summer, and I was like, I want to learn more what you did and what was involved in that. And that's where kind of this whole concept came from. It's instead of being a one-day event, this is something these kids need long term.
Obviously. So Christian, you were in the group with her, and yeah, obviously we've said that already, but you heard, obviously she must have come back with this light bulb that had gone on, right? Because your background tells you that we don't know what we need to know. I mean, your medical bill rescue, you're rescuing us like I'm rescuing people in a different way. But anyway.
Even in the practical cost reduction, it's just a lot of general
Right,
concepts
right.
people don't know anymore.
They don't know. So, Christian, you came and you just saw it as something you needed to
Well, intrigued
be
me
part
because
of.
I'm a sales and marketing coach, and I help entrepreneurs, I help individual salespeople, sales staff, also people that are looking to get into sales. And I realize this ties in very directly with what Carol and Success Beyond School is looking to do, is teach the children and young adults up to age 25 and beyond even, the skills no longer being taught in school. And I'll give you a quick example.
Right, I was going to say, share the example.
I ran into a young gentleman one time at a pizza place here in Noblesville, and he was working there part-time, and we got to talking about him looking for full-time work. He's putting out resumes and cover letters, and he said what really frustrated him was going to the interview and having to fill out an additional 2-page handwritten employment application. I said, what a waste of time there. They got my resume. And I said, well, what do you do? I said, I just put my name at the top, write see resume, sign the thing, and turn it back in with another copy of my resume. And I said, well, you probably just failed the test.
Exactly.
He said, what test? I said, well, you don't know if it was a test. They might have wanted to see if you can follow simple instructions of what your attitude is to filling out a form. Number 2, they want to know if you can read. Number 3, they want to know if you can put the right information into the right box. And number 4, very important, if they can read your printing and writing. They can't afford to call all your customers back and say, hey, we appreciate your order. So we have no idea what you bought because we can't read our salesperson's writing.
It's funny. It's not funny. It's actually pretty
Yeah,
sad, but
happens
that's
all the
true.
time.
Exactly.
And in different business I've been involved with, I had to go back and waste time, literally find out who wrote this so I can figure out what was written. And then also I asked him, are you the only one applying for the position? He said, well, no, there's probably a whole bunch of others. Well, how many? 10, 15, 20, 50? He said, well, quite a few. And I said, well, are all resumes formatted the same? He says, well, no, probably not. So if the employer is looking for specific information, wouldn't it be easier for them to go to their own form where they can find exactly quickly
They know where
what is it they want?
Good point.
And which resume is going to rise to the top? The one that's easy to follow and read or the one that's more difficult? And he goes,
So a light bulb went on for him then.
Yeah,
And
so
he had
from now on he's doing it neatly and completely.
Exactly. Good. Well, obviously, that was a really nice thing because most guys would not have somebody spending some time talking to them like that and giving them that insight. Carol, before we go too far, what is the best contact information for? It's Success Beyond, well, either one of you, I didn't mean to just direct it at Carol, but successbeyondschool.org is the website. Carol, we have a phone number for you.
It's 317-450-7691.
Okay, so you're looking right now for a number of contacts, and we're going to come back and dig into more about, but you're looking for groups that work with kids, young adults. So we'd be looking at community centers, churches. Success Beyond School is no, it isn't. You're working on that, right?
We're working on the 501c3, but the state has approved.
So you're a nonprofit.
It's in the state, but we're working on getting the federal approval.
And that's a lot of work, and I'm sure when you get there, obviously there'll be all kinds of things that'll open up to you once you get that designation, right?
Yes.
So, well, we're going to take a short break. We're here with Carol Coots and with Christian Tombers, and we're talking about Success Beyond School, and we will be back with some more valuable information of how you can get involved in helping them, and so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You know, when Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Everyone knows it's easy to find first-run movies in the big theaters. But where can you go to watch your favorite classic movies on the big screen for the perfect night out? Why rent a flick when you can rent the entire theater? Call today to reserve our 32-seat theater for your next event, or just stop by to see what's showing this weekend. The 14 by 7 foot screen and the high quality digital surround sound system offers all the amenities you would expect from the big theaters, with a laid back atmosphere and comfortable seating of your own home. Wofford Theater at 1744 South 10th Street in Noblesville gives you the classic movies you want with a big theater experience.
Well, welcome back. We're here, and boy, the time is just flying by. There's so much to talk about. This is a great subject, and I'm so glad that you've taken this, Carol and Christian. I'm glad that you're taking this with, so much passion and going with it. With the successbeyondschool.org is the website to check out. I'm Jennifer Johnson, Jennifer to the Rescue, and you can check out jennifertotherescue.com for more information on what I do. I call myself a lyrical appreciation expert, and I help connect you with great people who are doing great things, cards, gifts, music, and multimedia, which is exactly what we're doing today here at the Wofford Theater. And we thank you to our sponsors, Logan Street Signs and Banners, for allowing us to come in here every week and introduce these wonderful people to you. So before we go too far, I don't want to forget, Stop Wasting Money is Carol's book. And Carol and your husband, Norm, yes. Right? And it's a great book just to cut money that you didn't even realize you could cut, or you could save. It's
right.
not...
It's teaching you how to think outside the box.
Outside the box. That's a common theme between you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good answer. Yeah.
So it's looking at everyday things you're going to buy or spend money on, and is there a way to get it more affordably?
And then maybe use that money for something else, like
use it for yourself.
I every time she says that, I'm like,
so many people say yes. Oh, you should pay a bill, and I agree.
There's nothing wrong with paying bills, but
or putting it toward your retirement. But if you can, at least once in a while, take care of yourself, because we in our society are such a hurry society. We don't stop, take as much vacations, or just go out to a nice dinner or something to take care of yourself.
Yeah,
that's cool. One of the things we want to teach.
Yes, exactly. With
Success Beyond School,
right.
Take care of yourself.
Right. Now, you, Christian, had just shared a story about the pizza gentleman, which, if you're watching, or, great lesson here, Christian. But you had a story you just shared with me the other day. You were talking to somebody at...
I went to the bank.
To the bank.
To the bank. And one of the tellers said, "What is Success Beyond School?" And when I described we're going to be teaching life skills to kids age 12 up to young adults age 25, he's like, "Oh my gosh, I just talked to my parents last night on this very issue, because there's areas in school I never got, and I don't know what to do or where to go or who to ask." And my poor younger brother, he's even having less of this information in school than I had. Kids are going to struggle. So this is something we really need.
Exactly. So right now you're looking for, we talked earlier about you're looking for contacts with groups, community centers, groups that work with kids, obviously, and then churches and that kind of thing. But you're also looking for...
Instructors. We're looking for people to teach our classes. We don't just want to be the ones teaching. We'd like to have real life experience connected with the lessons. And the best way is have local business people teach the classes. Like an accountant teach about how to manage and handle your money. Have an attorney teach how to keep yourself out of trouble. Have somebody who knows how to do certain skills teach the actual classes. And that's something I learned way back in a previous lifetime when I was still going to college. The night school teachers typically taught... Right. At night what they were doing during the day so they could apply what we're learning, and that sunk in a lot stronger. And
good point.
One of the things that a lot of business people are maybe beginning to realize is the young adults going to school right now are going to be the ones that are going to be taking care of us in the future, and they're going to be coming knocking on our doors for jobs. And if they don't know the difference between a milliliter and a millimeter, they could wind up killing us.
Oh.
And I don't want that to happen. So we got to be real careful and get these kids educated properly.
Exactly. Oh my goodness, that's a scary thought, isn't
They're
it?
going to be making our decisions of what nursing home do you go to, or what, where's your finances going to be spent. And if their life is out of control because they never got base skills, think about that. That's going to now throw your world upside down.
Oh, sure.
So, it's a combination of teaching them to be successful in their own life, but their own life and how their life relates to somebody else's life. Whether it's in a work setting, whether it's in a home setting, whether it's in a volunteer setting, there's so many avenues that kids just do not know that parents are busy. Schools, the money's been taken away for programs.
Right.
So it's a combination of what we're wanting to teach, get volunteers who are willing to teach, and we're also wanting to partner with other nonprofits who teach very specific focus, but not a whole rounded focus on all different areas, so that we can partner together to actually give these kids as much as a good, solid life education, not a book education.
Right. So you're okay. So the best. Let's make sure before we go too far. We're almost done with the day. I can't believe it. But tell us what the contact information for you is, or what the best way to do this. Okay.
My phone number is 317-450-7691. My email is carol.pcr, Peter, Carol, Ralph, at comcast.net.
Okay. And if they go to the website successbeyondschool.org, your contact information, I believe, is there as well, right?
Yes.
And the board of directors, so you're both sitting on the board, obviously, rightfully so, you should be. You're looking, so today, really the big thing is you're working on the grant, or I'm sorry, not the grant, on the 501c3, so you're working on that. That's a major undertaking.
Yes.
So as you're doing this, though, you're actively looking for individuals with work experience, interested in helping teach, helping create volunteering, their wonderful services, and helping to facilitate this program, because
sharing their experience.
So if that's tugging at your heart, or you feel that voice, this is a good time, this is something great to get involved in, I am sure. Anything before we just thank you very much, Christian, for taking time out. Christian Tombers and Carol Coots, you're both wonderful. Once again, the Stop Wasting Money on Amazon is Carol Coots. And Carol is spelled Carol. I was thinking that could be a tie-up. Yes, sir.
I'll make a quick point.
Yes.
Classes, there is
Yes.
actually something in it for them. If they want to promote their business after their program, they're welcome to do that, as we say at the back of the room. Hand out business cards, offer their products and services. What's kind of interesting, the feedback has been the reverse. A lot of businesses say, I don't care about promoting my business. I just want to help the young adults that are going to school right now that I understand, because they themselves may have children that are missing a lot of these life lessons that we plan to teach.
Exactly. And I would just say your examples today are good. How many of us haven't talked to somebody who you're like, man, if I'd only, if they only knew what they need to actually, like your example of the
When I was actually in middle school, there was another state, that there was something called Project Business. The exact same kind of idea was going through, and I actually learned about the stock market back in middle school. How many kids would ever even remotely learn that?
And I think when my kids who are now 22 and 26, I think I remember them going through. So I don't know when we lost all that. Where did it go, or is it there and it's just kind of...
As more and more money has disappeared from the schools, they've had to cut more and more and more programs, and they really don't have a lot of time in the schedule to teach more than just here's what you need to pass a test to graduate.
Yeah, so you're out to make that to help with this whole problem and get
So
it.
for kids and college too.
Okay,
College
so
age,
you said what was the
starting with age 12
up to 25?
up to 25.
Okay.
And if someone is like age 26 or something, that's still okay if they're in school. But it's just, that's our general rounded focus.
Well, I am sure you're going to be very successful, and I hope that you will come back. I plan on being here in a year, so hopefully you'll come back and update us and keep us posted on what we can do to help. And we're just going to leave you today, Jennifer, to the rescue. And I always try to leave with something that's upbeat, positive. And I had a couple of them. One of them I thought was kind of cool, and it was just kind of neat because it was a warm smile is a universal language of kindness, and I believe that completely. Do you ever go somewhere and you just smile at somebody, and immediately usually they smile back, but you have to smile first sometimes, that works. And that was actually William Arthur Ward, which I don't know. This one, though, I think is really good with our guests today, with Christian and Carol. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. And thank you for being leaders in your cause. That's John Quincy Adams. I can't take credit for that. We're so glad to be here this week. Remember, paid to save. I don't know if we talked about that, but you save money. It is the savings company, and if you upload the free app to your phone, please put in 86755. That's my number. It's free. You save money. Glad to have you this week. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And we'll see you again soon, I hope.
Yes.
Okay? And
Thank you.
we're going to keep people posted, so keep us posted. Thanks so much. See you next week.